ignore me. Come through my work for only. Hit bait, my work is low key,
I was wondering if you'd recognise me.
Of course, yeah. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Check it. We need sharper scissors in the building.
Moves on streets with a pole, got the skeng on my pole. When I rap to the street, this is more than a flow line. When I roll tunes, I'm too savage. When I count that stack is too massive. Tear around the old streets, bare damage. Now I just wanna live a good life, bare life. I might switch out the floor like a girl, even though I might hear the tree like I'm in those dreams. I can't put stress on my mum till I don't stay up. I'll be back by you. I might chill in the spot back there. But unlimited, I go anywhere now. Hop it off, catch him outside, drop these boy like, how do we get back there? Like who, what, where?
But how long has this bit been open?
Basically like a year. So when I came now, it was closing, and then I spoke to the head teacher. And I said, we've got so much talent in the college. So we got like students, they cleared the whole place, and then they obviously gave us some funding to buy new computers.
Nice.
So yeah, ever since then.
What did the teachers come in and try to hear all the crud you're talking about? It's all coming back. Is this how many people are in the class? Yeah. What's happening here? What's amazing.
And I was disappointed you hadn't come to
I know, it was a long distance relationship, but now I'm here, I'm back.
Wait, sorry. Oh, wait, what? Wait,
You lot are still working though, you're still working. And let's get a quick group picture.
Are you in my picture? Wait, you get my stuff, yeah? Wait. You know, in health and social care, group
Come on.
Come on,
Yeah, this is it. Maybe like here? Yeah, sometimes here, I think. This is a madness, man.
It's crazy. Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, good to be back.
Just one person in here as well.
I know. Just working.
Working. What's this? Graphics or IT?
What are you doing, like a brochure or something?
I need to make a website for the college.
Sick. What software is this?
Website production.
Nice.
That's the home page.
Why, you're not hot in this hoodie?
Kind of hot.
I said I'm kind of hot still.
I was so cross when I heard you in Amsterdam playing music.
See, now you see it's all paid off. See, Paul, everything I had to go through, getting all the teachers upset, making random trips to Amsterdam to go.
Random trips to Amsterdam, that's what I heard.
When you first stepped into the entrance of SFX today, what sort of memories were going through your mind? Or even like walking around as well?
When I first came in, I came in my car, and I bought the Lambo, and they let me park it in the playground. And I was thinking they would have never let me do this back in the day, drive my car in here.
How does it feel to be back?
You know what, it feels really, really good to be back. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was saying my primary school and my secondary school, they were also both Catholic schools, but really no one from my school, like in hindsight 10 years later, had gone on to do anything. And it's really only SFX, whereby there's been loads of different students, male, female, black, white, Colombian, South American, whatever, that have gone on to do amazing things. And so like when I got the opportunity to come back, I was just mad excited, because I wanted to see what everyone looks like first, and then I wanted to just talk to all you guys and just let you know how much of an amazing place you're in, basically. Because to this day, I think it's like myself, I think Dummy, who's even my manager, that used to come here. Junior, who used to come here, that's with me here somewhere here. Young Jay.
Even Paul over there
Paul.
from Parlophone.
Oh, did you used to go to SFX?
27 years ago.
27 years ago. Paul, how shall I say this? Paul, both of them. Yeah. You know Yinka, that's on Capital Extra as well. Yinka, she used to come here. She was actually in my year. Leomi Anderson, the Victoria's Secrets model. Chuka Umana.
Yeah, Chuka used to come in as well.
That's like the Labour, like one of the Labour MPs as well for Streatham. And so I was just thinking about how amazing this college actually is and how great the teachers are. And no one's paid me anything to say that, anything. And like literally no one has paid me to say this, but this really is a good college. Like most people that I've met in the real world that have gone on to do good things, they either went to like a really good academy for secondary school or they went to a private school. It's only really SFX that I've seen that has been able to build and breed this much talent in all these different fields. So I think to go out in the world and do everything that I've done and I'm still trying to do now, I definitely feel like this place was somewhere where I was molded and shaped a little bit. But then I also just feel like you definitely have to have it within yourself, man. Sometimes I look at everyone in this new generation and I think you just don't have any idea how much opportunity there is out there for you guys, how much money there is to be made out there in the world, just even off of yourself, even off from your phone, you really don't realize. And so I would say as much as this college has been a great college and was for me, you still need to know in your head and you have to start thinking about what it is you want to do and how you plan on doing it. I really think it's very important to have those things in your mind, because if you don't, then I think to have those things in your mind basically is 50% of the battle, and then the other 50% is trying to work towards that. But if you don't know, you're still unsure, that's when things I feel could be quite difficult.
Definitely. Raise up your hands if you're studying performing arts. The majority of people here will drama, music, dance. Alright, so we've got a lot of people in the audience that want to get into like the entertainment business, into performing arts and stuff.
Yeah.
So what would your best advice be for them moving on from college, moving forward into the real world?
Best advice is be humble. Like being humble has definitely helped me a lot. You know, you don't know everything, you're not the best at everything. You could be one day, but you definitely are not now. And so humility is a very important thing. I would also say not being scared to, you know how if you see yourself on the stage in a theatre or you see yourself as a front singer in a band, some people, they're not willing to do any other job unless it is that job. And I think, I basically just learned that you, in the entertainment industry, you should be prepared to take as many different jobs as you can if it's going to get you one step closer to where you want to be. So if you have to be a PA or a runner, or sometimes it's someone that's cleaning backstage, anything that's going to get you closer to the environment you want to be in, grab it, especially when you don't have any experience. And then the other thing I would say is that around performing arts, around theatre, film, TV, music, all of these different kind of things, there's business. There's a lot of business that goes into it. And so I think one of the mistakes I made when I first went into it is just thinking, I'm going to be a big star, like I'm going to be a star. Everyone in SFX, they're not ready for this. When I leave, it's going to be crazy. But I didn't realize that there was all this business around it and all these things you need to know and all these things you need lawyers for and you need accountants for and you need that level of expert knowledge, if that makes sense. And so the only other bit of advice I'd give is just to be aware of that side as well, because that side is not as exciting or as glamorous, but it definitely is very, very important.
And then going back to you as a person, you've also gone so far in music, but at the moment you've kind of ventured into other areas. If we could just basically go over that, because right now, can everyone see the clothes we're wearing? This is Tinie's new menswear brand, What We Wear.
Yeah.
He just wrapped up his second show at London Fashion Week Men's.
Yeah.
So obviously just the success of all of that and everything, where did you find in your life that you could almost obviously focus on music, but then venture out into these other areas that you're really passionate about?
Okay, well, just for the record, for everyone that's in here, just so everyone knows as well, because I think it's important for everyone to know all the different things that I'm doing, that we're doing. So obviously there's the music side of it. Then there's a record label, Disturbing London, which has signed loads of different artists like Young and Young Bane and all these different artists that you're seeing now. Then there's a publishing company that I set up, which has a producer called Nana Rhodes. He made Passion Fruit for Drake. Then we have a clothing line, which is called What We Wear. Then we have a merchandise line, which is called Youth, which is basically named after the album. Then I have a creative company called Imhotep. Imhotep means he who comes in peace. And I basically just employed loads of different creatives. Jeremiah's going to do a gap year this year, so thankfully he's going to come and work. And anybody as well, that's what I'm going to offer. Anybody as well who's within the world of performing arts or thinks in a creative way. If you want, I can give you Kelly's email over there, and after you guys leave college, if anyone wants to come and do an internship or whatever, I'd be happy to offer that to anyone in the SFX alumni, definitely. But I mean, to go out and just do all of these different things, I don't know how to explain it. I think we all are born with the capability and the potential to do it, and I think naturally our minds think in that way. I want to do this, I want to do this, and first I'm going to do this for this many years, then I'm going to do that. And I think, it's the institutions and it's the way the world makes us feel that makes us feel we can't. It's the no's that we hear that kind of, take us back a little bit or push us into a corner or confuse our minds a little bit. And I think the thing I'm trying to install within all the people that work at Imhotep or all the people that work around me is that you shouldn't feel shy or you shouldn't feel ashamed to be ambitious. I also feel like sometimes that comes from our culture as well. If you're from like an ethnic minority and your parents my parents came from Nigeria, they weren't born in this country. So at the end of the day, when I'm telling them I want to be a musician and I'm going to have this different companies, they're thinking, this is not bringing any money to the house for now. So you need to go and do something that is a certified thing, and you need to go to uni, get your degree so you can get a job and you can bring money into the house and start helping everyone else out. But we all know that that's not the case. We all know that you can go to uni and you can end up getting the best degree, and sometimes you can't get a job. And for me, I was just seeing this happen in the world. I was seeing this pattern, and I just felt like I needed to go out in the world as early as possible, gain as much experience as I could, build as much of a network as I could as well, and that would help me later on in life. And so that's basically what I did. But to be honest, I feel like everybody in this room feels like they're not just limited to one thing. Let me see hands in the air if you feel like you're not just limited to one thing in this room. Exactly, I think it's a natural way to think, and I encourage that way to think, and I think you guys should always feel like that. The only other thing I would say is that the sooner you get started, the better, and just don't ever be ashamed of failing, because there's loads of times I failed. When I came to SFX, I was making music. I had a song out called Wifey Rhythm. Like, loads of people didn't like that song, by the way. You know that, right? So I came to SFX. I was quite popular. Yeah, I'd say I was quite popular, but I had music out there. My music wasn't like the most popular music, so there was still loads of people in the college saying, yeah, my man over there, he does that, or he's on channel U, he's on channel AKA, and I didn't care. Like, I knew where I saw myself, I knew where my end destination was, and I just focused on that, and that's what I think has helped me.
So, final thoughts. What message would you want to give to everyone before we leave?
I think your questions have been good, but I'm going to ask these guys to answer the questions. They've been alright, but some people I think might still want to know some stuff. But my final thoughts, what I would say to everyone is everything I've basically been saying with the past other questions. Basically, in this world, you get what you put in, so the harder you're prepared to work, the more you're going to see in this life. I remember when I first made Pass Out, I didn't even have a house. Like, I moved out of my mom's house, I was staying in all these different hotels. It sounds glamorous, but I was in London, where my cousins are, my family is, but I didn't have a place to live, and I'm running around doing all these shows, staying in all these hotels, just so that one day I could have a place of my own, and I was able to make the sacrifices. As soon as I came out of college, there was so many of my college friends that just wanted to keep up and do the same things we always did, go to parties and go and do this. And I'm not saying that I didn't do that, but I definitely was like, okay, this is the time of my life that I have to make things count. And then the other thing I'd say is that, talk, we all have our inner thoughts, and we all have things that are going on in our mind. And if you never talk to people about things like this, if you never say, I'm thinking that I want to be like, the first pop star, the first singer in space, if you never ever talk to anybody about ideas that you have or things that you think about, and they're always just going to stay trapped in your brain, and sometimes that isn't always a good thing, because other things will come and take priority, or you'll forget, or other things will just happen in life that means you never get around to doing it. So that is basically what I would say. And I'd honestly say for you guys, more so than for me, when I was here 10 years ago, it really is your world. Like, whether you guys realize it or not, the power is in your phone. The power is in education and in intelligence, but the power is in your phone. You can literally change your life by setting up a business through the phone that I'm sure you're probably like in class sometimes going like this and messaging people. That phone now can change your life, so just always remember that.
Thank you, bro. Are there any questions?
Hi. So my brother, he wants to be a music producer, but I don't think he knows how to get in there. So, like, what way could he start his business and stuff?
I'd say like the way music producers have got to me is usually through Twitter. So most of the time, they'll set up a Twitter account. And then some people, they just message until you finally get it, and you're like, okay, cool, let me listen to this person's stuff. The other way that people are good at doing that, and you can be creative with your Twitter. You can put a cool picture, you can do all these different things, have an interesting biography. The other ways have been, sometimes on YouTube, you'll see like a producer that's like making beats, and they'll film like a clip, like a 5-minute clip, and they'll say, I made this beat in 5 minutes. And most of the time it's fake, but it always looks sick. So that's another way for producers to get seen. And then I guess the other way would be, now, is the producer's world. So, for example, there's a guy called Jax Jones. He's got a song called You Don't Know Me. It features Ray. You guys have probably heard the song, you probably have. But he's from this area as well. He's from Southwest, and he's been doing his thing for a very long time. And I think a producer now can find an unknown artist and make a big song as a producer, if that makes sense. So, what's your brother's name?
Jahil.
So Jahil featuring, Jeremiah, and then that song could get big, and then from there, then he can start reaching out to all the different people he wants to work with.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Is there anyone else?
Any other questions? Yeah.
If you could pass down the mic.
How many songs did you do before that became famous?
I'd say known, or the idea of being famous is such a relative thing in your mind, because you could be famous amongst your friends, you could be known amongst your friends. Yeah, it's hard, but he's got them bars. You could be known in your community. So yeah, my man that goes to SFX, he's sick. Like, my man from Southwest, he's hard. Then you can be known through like London. Some people are just happy with that. Then you can be known throughout England. Some people are happy with that. And then what I've realized is that once you come out of the country where lots of people don't speak English, unless you're going to like America or somewhere like that, you can also get known out there as well, but you just have to be prepared to work. And some people, even rappers that I know, I won't say their names, but they'll go and do one show in France where people don't understand English. They won't get the hype or the wheel up that they usually get, and then they'll run back to ends and say, nah, man, didn't really feel the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's really up to you, and it's how much you want it, and it's where you see yourself going. Because now that we have Spotify and stuff like that, you can make money from just being a known MC in the ends. You can have a song that's streaming well, but it's just about how big your vision is, basically. Yeah?
You recommend like going mainstream first, like if you want to make a song, you have to be mainstream.
Like, do you know what? I think a lot of people in their heads, like, they think, oh, first I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. And it is good to do that, yeah. But for me, I just say you should just make the music, bro. Just make it, get into the habit of trying to, how many tunes would you say you make, like, in a month? Okay, that's the point. So I'd say let's just try to get 2 first, yeah, and then once you've got 2, see if you in a month you can make 10 in a month. After you've made 10 in a month, see if you can, because for my last album I made like 150 songs, you know that one. So this is like everything. This is like when you're trying to get ready to run a marathon. You don't just say, all right, I'm gonna run a marathon and then do it. You have to train, and you start one day running this far, and then you build yourself up, and then it works like that. So I'd say the more music you have, the more of a chance you have to go through each song and say, okay, this one's a bit mainstream, this one's hard, this one's this. Jeremiah, what do you think? Tinie, what do you think? But if you just have this one song and you're thinking about the rest, you're making it more difficult for yourself, basically.
Behind.
It's kind of the same question as Fela. So basically, how do you become more than self-producer as an artist?
I would say, to be honest with you, I'd say in this new generation, people are getting more known way quicker. I wouldn't say, I don't know if they're, making the same thing that like an Ed Sheeran would be making, but you can definitely become famous. There's a girl called, I won't say her name, there's a female rapper that done a poo on Snapchat. She sat on the toilet, she was filming herself, she did a poo. Sorry teachers, I'm not encouraging this kind of behaviour. But she did a poo on Snapchat and then she got famous. So you could, in this day and age, you could do any wild, mad, lewd thing to be known, to be famous. How many of these guys, these Dapper Laughs and all these Michael Dapper and that, they come on their phone, they run around, do something to someone, run away. You can do anything to get famous, but it's how do you want to be known as famous? Do you want to be respected? Do you want it to last? Or do you want it to be a flash in the pan, 15 minutes type thing? So, to answer your question, to get famous in this day and age is easy. You just have to just turn up on your Snapchat, bro. It's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna be watching now as well. So we'll see. Yes, bro. That's all. Yeah, but let's start up there and then you can pass it back down.
What would your advice be for people who like maybe enjoy performing and stuff but ain't that confident?
I would say confidence happens in stages. How old are you? Like 17? Like loads of people that I know. Jeremiah is probably one of the only confident 17-year-olds I know really, and he's going to be 18 by the end of today.
Tomorrow.
Jeez, we're turning up today. But most 17-year-olds I know are not that confident, and why? It makes sense. You're still in school. You're not really out in the real world yet. That's the one thing I can tell you now that I've left this experience, is that you're not out in the real world, and there's going to be all these different things that will give you your confidence in the real world. You might meet a certain set of friends, that are from a similar place or relate to you in a similar way. You might find a certain dance class or a dance teacher that gives you confidence. You might just even get to 21 and just go, oh, rah, I wasn't confident when I was 17. Now I'm 21 and I'm mad confident. You might go to university. University might make you mad confident. So the whole issue of confidence, I think when I first came to SFX was like confident. I could probably stand on stage and rap, but I was still shy. I was still, So I would just basically say the whole confidence thing it's a process that happens over time. When I first met Jeremiah was 14. He wasn't how he is now, and I'm gonna take some credit right here, bro. I know I never really usually do that, but I'd like to think that since I've known him and I've been around him, I've seen him get more confident. So I'd say just get on with what you're doing, man. And just I think the other thing to realize as well is that everyone's nervous, man. Everyone's nervous. Before, sometimes I used to walk into a room and be like, I'm filming everyone, or why don't no one, like, none of you guys look like you want to talk to me right now, you know that, innit? All of your faces, everyone's looking at me like this. And at first, I used to walk into situations and be like, rah, man, like, is it something I did on my Twitter? Is it my music? Like, what is it? But then I've realized everyone is nervous. Everyone is not confident. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you start to see the world as that, then it will become less about you and more about everyone else. We're all nervous in the room right now. It's not just me. So let me say something to crack a joke, or let me do this. Let me just try and get on the same level as everyone, and then we'll see what happens there. So do what you're doing, chase your dream, and you're only 17. It's normal to feel like that. That's just a normal thing.
Where's the mic?
Yeah.
Who and what inspired you to do music?
Different things at different times. I'll be honest with you, in this room, I think it was just watching the TV, and it was the only place that I could, not always in the most positive light, but it was the only place that I could see, black men who were, I guess, doing what they wanted and had a certain level of freedom and were earning lots of money for doing that and for just kind of being who they are. So from everyone from Michael Jackson to Dizzy to 50 Cent to So Solid to Kano, this is the same consistency that I saw in all of these people. Like, wow, he gets to dress however he wants, he can say whatever he wants, and as long as he's working hard and making the music, making sure the music is good and he's getting better all the time and he's outperforming himself, he can ride this thing for quite a long time. So that's where my thought process was. I was like, there isn't that many other places. Maybe the world has changed since then, where I could see, powerful alpha black men earning a certain amount of money and having a certain amount of freedom. Other than that, sports for me isn't even that, like football. But really, it's not really that, So I think that was one of the things that got me into music. And then I guess, other than that, I just had like the passion to just do it. Ever since I heard Michael Jackson growing up, I loved it, and I'm not the best singer. I literally like to sing. No, would you say no? Yeah, I'm literally not the best singer, but I was like, I can have a go. I think I'm talented enough to have a go at this and make something of it. And it's what I was happy to wake up every day doing for the rest of my life, whether I made any money or not, if that makes sense. After college, I was happy to wake up and pursue this dream, get on any train, get on any plane, go to any studio, and work towards it happening, whether I was 21 or I was 41, without seeing any money. And I think that's when I was like, yes, this is what I'll be happy to do.
Yeah,
Yes, bro.
Yeah, totally. Like I remember in year 5, year 6, Pass Out came out.
You was in year 5 or year 6?
Yeah, I think I was definitely in primary school. And it's one of the only rap songs I know all the lyrics to. I'm proud to see that.
Thanks, bro.
How did your life change after that? Because was that your first number one?
Yeah, that was my first number one.
I just want to know, like, how did people treat you after that? Like, what was it like? Was it that's your life? Or
Could I what?
I'm just interested, like, how was it to be a celebrity? How was it like people treat you?
But that's the thing, the whole celebrity thing is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, some celebrities, in this day and age, you could just go on TV and just have sex with someone and you could become a celebrity. So celebrities, the whole thing, it happens in stages and stages and stages and stages. And to be, let's just say, a public figure that people even respect, that's even a completely different thing as well. Because remember, you could still be a one-hit wonder. So just because you've had one hit song, that doesn't even mean anything. So when I first had Pass Out, I was 21, and I think I was still living at my mum's house. I think I had a congestion charge bill as well. So like when the song done really well, I remember my mum called me and she was like, oh, you got a congestion charge. Instead of her saying congrats for Pass Out, that's not the first thing she said. She said, when you come home, there's a congestion charge bill on the table. If you don't pay it, it's gonna double at this stage and then it's gonna triple, so you need to think. Then all the financial aspect of it, not everyone knows, but with music, because you're collecting royalties. So basically every time your song gets played, you're making little bits of money, 80p, £1, £20, depending on what radio station it is, and it all has to get collected all around the world, and that takes months, sometimes years. So it's not like I was rich. It's not like I lived in a mansion or there was bare girls everywhere. It wasn't like that. I still lived at my mom's house. I had bills, and I guess things were just starting to happen. But we're in London. Where let's just be real about our mentality and our attitude. there's still a million people that are like, he's not gonna do that again. Can he do that again? Nah, I wasn't. Someone even rang me and was like, oh, did you write that? They're like, oh, pass out's hard, fam. Like another MC, pass out's hard, fam. Did you write that? So it's not like we're from a culture where it's like you do one thing and everyone says you're great. Everyone knows that. You know what I'm saying? So it was very much the beginning of the journey, and I think if anything, it was part of that mindset, and obviously I'm from London as well, so I have that mindset too, that made me want to just keep going and going and going and going, because I was like, I'm not going back to the ends, and everyone's like, yeah, there's the one hit wonder, pass out guy. Like, I didn't want to be that guy, you know.
Yeah, I think we can take one more, because we're going to go on a little tour.
I don't want to talk to everyone. No, okay, let's do two, four more. Cool, but I'll be quick with the answers. Right, cool, you at the back, you might as well just shout to make it quicker.
How did you find your own voice as an artist?
Good question. I probably started off sounding like loads of different people. Everyone used to say I sounded like Dizzy at one point. People said I used to sound like Lil Wayne. I was trying to sound like Lil Wayne at one point. Someone even said I tried to sound like Nicki Minaj, but I think they were dissing me. They were probably dissing me. I don't know, you know what it's like. So I probably sounded like loads of different people first, and then eventually you find something and everyone likes it and you kind of just run with that, and then I think that's what happened. Next one. Yeah, you over there.
For people that want to go into this industry, do you think it's worth going to uni for backup experience, etc., or just going for it?
Yeah, definitely. I would say. Is that you? What? Why you're in college? It's not even me.
It's my mum, it's my mum.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I would say obviously I didn't go to uni, and I think I think everything was great, but I think the thing that I definitely feel like I don't have from it is obviously a degree. And secondly, that I think sometimes my social skills are good, but I don't think they're the best that they could have been. But maybe that might not even be a bad thing. I don't know yet. But sometimes when I'm around like-minded people, or we've all come from the same place, sometimes I find it hard to socialize. So I'd say to be able to say you went to a uni, it still matters, it's still important. And my little brother's in Portsmouth at the moment. I don't see why you can't go to uni and work as well. I don't see why you can't do that. You know, loads of people say it's hard and it's difficult, but if I was you, I'd still go to uni. And everyone says the first year is kind of just parties and turning up, innit? That's what everyone says. First year is kind of...
And second year it hits you.
Second year hits you, it gets real. So I'd say first year, if I was you, I'd get an internship somewhere, or I'd, just get some work experience somewhere and just start like that. But yeah, definitely do uni as a backup. And I'd say do uni as well if you're not sure of what you want to do. If you're not 1,000,000% sure, because you might find out at uni, do you get what I mean? So just, I would say go to uni, yeah. Yeah.
What advice would you give someone who isn't necessarily aiming to pursue a career in music? I do dance, and I aim to get noticed that way, but don't know how to get noticed within
Okay, so dancers, obviously I work with dancers. There's amazing choreographers that do YouTube videos. Have you seen those little girls from America? They even done something to girls and they're all just doing this and all the moves, and it's mad, and then they're getting loads of views, and then that's what gets them opportunity. Basically, guys, the internet has changed all of your lives, if you didn't realize. The internet was kind of changing our lives a little bit, but for you guys, it's a whole different ball game. This thing can get you everything you want, I promise you that, right? So lots of dancers I know, they're all known through YouTube, through their Instagram accounts. All their Instagram, every single video clip is them just doing some dance, alkaline this, popcorn this one, this. I would do that personally. And then I guess there's loads of good dance schools as well. But if you want, you can go down that route. And then the other thing I would probably say is there are also loads of profiles on Instagram as well. There's probably dancers that you follow on Instagram that are from England or from America. Message them, man. Don't be shy. You don't message them, do you? Just look at their stuff, their pictures. Yeah, but you should message them, man. Message them and keep messaging them. This is the way that the world has changed. We never had that luxury, in my time. even though I'm only 28. We never had that luxury in my time, so you should utilize it. You'd be surprised if you messaged one of these people that you're really inspired by. You'd be surprised, they'd probably reply to you. Yeah. Is what? The Illuminati is probably real. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Is Tupac still really alive? I don't know. Oh yeah, go on, bro.
Like, I really want to be a singer, and and I'm currently like in the competition, the X Factor.
Nice.
And I just wanted to like ask you like, what advice could you give me like when meeting the judges, and like how I can like really become famous from it?
I'd say basically you should use X Factor as a stepping stone. Have you noticed anyone that wins X Factor, their career is always shit. Always. Yeah. They try and release a song afterwards, like a year later, and it never ever works. Okay. So I'd say go. Loads of people. There's probably more people that have gone on X Factor that didn't win that are more successful than people who have won that are successful. So if I was you, I'd go there. I'd be exactly who you are yourself. I would do whatever you need to do to not be nervous before you walk in, because remember, you're just going there to use it as a stepping stone. So how you come across is the most important thing. And I would also say, like obviously eye contact. For me, the one thing I've learned is that eye contact is always one of the easiest ways to come across as being more confident. You know, for me, people that look away or look on the floor and whatnot, that is when it's like the biggest giveaway. But yeah, just practice a song that you really like, and like I said, think beyond Simon Cowell and Louis and whoever is there, Rita Ora, I don't know, whoever's in the panel now. But yeah, just think beyond that, because obviously what you're trying to do is so much more bigger than that. And I'm sure that you're 17, 18.
18.
I'm sure you'll have a career well beyond this one X Factor audition. So yeah, just see it as one small step in a very, very long journey of what you're trying to do.
Okay, thank you.
It's all good. Cool.
We've done, so round of applause for Tinie.
That's a good round of applause for Jeremiah as well. Yes, miss.
Fantastic. Wow, thank you so much.
Right, everyone's just silent and that.
Yeah, don't look buzzed.
Wait,
Bye, miss. Bye. See ya. See you, Miss Emperor. Bye.